So what a day for Indian cricket it was. 8-0 the scoreline is, and let me tell you, it's not football or tennis. This is cricket, and what a performance it was. I mean, I didn't see that coming, to be very honest. I mean, uh, 191, getting the team all out for in the 41st over, and going on and chasing that with about 117 balls to spare was quite a performance and a bit from Team India. Well, the way it started, I mean, I was a bit worried. I was a bit nervous whether it's going to be, uh, it's going to be a repeat of the 2017 final in London at the Oval. But it was a disciplined bowling attack because the bowlers did figure out what length was suited on this wicket, and they altered that. Siraj did went for runs, but I think he provided those crucial wickets, one at one up top, and then the important breakthrough to get rid of Babar, and then it was a collapse from there on. Well, to discuss the entire game, I have Praneeth and Shravan with me. Praneeth, how was it? Did you see that coming from Team India?
Like you said, you were worried till that 30th over, right? When before Babar's wicket, but for me
Yes.
it was somewhere around 23rd over,
Hmm.
where spinners Jadeja and Kuldeep they were like literally choking them. They weren't giving many runs. They were seeming to be in a pressure. They were getting bit restless.
Hmm.
Then after Babar's wicket felt okay, fine, it's just one wicket. But when Saud Shakil came, he went for that risky run, which
Single,
was
yeah,
not necessary,
yeah,
and he survived the run out. But again, it was that run out seemed to be something which Pakistan team is in a pressure, and that's why they are making these making these errors or lapse of concentration. So I felt that uh,
hmm,
this collapse could happen. So I was thinking maybe 220, 230, India has a good chance to, stop them.
true.
Right after Baba's wicket and Saud Shakil and Rizwan were playing. But taking all 8 wickets for 36 runs,
That was,
that was really amazing.
yeah.
And like you said, like every Siraj kind of understood that the which lengths to bowl and which lengths
True.
not to bowl. That's where the captaincy comes in, right? Like
Exactly, yes. I mean, he was pretty good with the changes as well, like, when to bring in which bowler he was, and then,
yeah,
to round it off with that knock of 85 runs. I mean, six sixes and six boundaries. I mean, it just like, took the game away from Pakistan right at the outset. And even a little cameo from Gill. I mean, it's good to see him, with those flurry of shots, then Kohli chipping in with a few boundaries. It was a good team performance. I mean, even everybody getting a fair bit of hit with the bat, and then bowlers. Well, this looked like a repeat of 2011, wherein all the five bowlers getting 2 wickets apiece, and here again in 2023, it was the same performance. Shravanan, how did you see that the complete performance from Bumrah and company to begin with, and then from Rohit and the rest to round it off with a brilliant win in the end?
Yeah, honestly, I was really worried when they named Shardul Thakur is playing in the playing 11. So right from that, I was really nervous. Before that, I was really relaxed and okay, this is going to be India's game and this is how
Hmm.
they will make it 8-0. But after seeing Shardul Thakur and replacing Ishan Kishan, I was not very comfortable with. Even though
Hmm.
we need Gill, but I thought somewhere Shreyas Iyer makes way for Shubman Gill. That's what
Hmm.
I thought. But after saying that, and also there was no swing at all right from the ball
Yeah.
one, and
Hmm.
even Rohit asked Bumrah, "Is there any movement?" But he said no and
Yeah.
nothing. And Indian bowlers kept on searching for that swing right up, right in the first spell, and it was not
Yes.
there. And I was thinking like, okay, it's going to be a 330, 340 target, and
Yeah.
it's going to be something else because I'm not pretty sure with that target India can chase it down. Uh,
Honestly, I,
e-
I, I
even
did, I mean, those thoughts went through my mind, and honestly, I thought, all right, no matter how good a batting team you are, but with a target like 330 or 340, maybe, India would come close, but eventually, like, maybe, lose out by a margin of 25 or 30 runs or something like that. This was something that was going through my mind. But then again, I mean, this is something that the way Nasir Hussain put it, I mean, this is sort of a collapse only Pakistan could trigger. And that's exactly how it happened. I mean, because, I mean, they were all set. I'll tell you. I mean, to the point Praneeth was making, because he was. I mean, spinners did choke Babar and Rizwan. I mean, if you look at their style of playing over last couple of years, this is exactly how they have played, right? I mean, both of them have batted themselves in, and then eventually one gets out, and the pressure creeps on to the rest of the team, basically. So, I mean, yeah, the spinners did bowl well, but then again, there were a lot of dot balls that they were playing.
Yes.
Whenever there
Yeah.
was a boundary hit,
Right.
that they actually made that over really big with a couple, a double here and there, and then a few singles. But then again, if there was no boundary, then they were like just dot balls and a couple of singles in the over. So
Mhm.
that was like shifting the momentum, because regardless of the number of wickets they had kept in their hand, the score like never crossed humongously, like never, it wasn't above 5.5 or something after 15 over or 16 over mark. By the time it was 30th over, I guess it was somewhere around one uh,
Yeah, they were around
130ish.
one.
Yeah,
155, 30th over
yeah,
155, something like
yeah,
that.
something like that. Yeah. So I mean, that's how it was basically. So again, hats off to getting Siraj instead of Bumrah to begin with. Okay, and then getting that Babar's wicket, persisting with Siraj even though he was taken for runs. Okay, in the
Mhm.
very first comeback over, and then he got the breakthrough. Then sticking with Kuldeep from the other end, and then bringing Bumrah to just knock the lower order off. So that was a proper captaincy, because he just went for the kill straight away. The moment you
Yes.
saw that sniff, 36, you bundled the entire team out. So hats off to Rohit. I mean, the way he led from the front, and then came into the second innings for his turn with the bat, and then playing a sublime knock. So all right, I think we are all set for the semi-final stage now, because three victories, two of two good teams we have beaten, and then yeah, I think Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Netherlands, three teams, three victories. I don't know if I can be that over optimistic as of now, but I can be, because we are right at the top of the table. So six victories, then one match between you got to have one victory from the games against England, New Zealand,
Mm,
and South Africa. So I think things look pretty straightforward now for a spot in the semifinals, and we'll have to take it from there. What do you guys think? It's going to be relatively easy now for Team India.
yeah, I
Yeah, it
smell
would
blood
be
here.
relatively easy. Yeah, it would be relatively easy for Team India right now because you have three games against lesser ranked side. Rather
Yeah,
than calling them minnows, it's better to
Minos.
call
Yeah,
them.
true,
Let's
true. You're
call them
right.
lesser ranked side.
Yeah.
So, uh, like, there's a high chance that India will win all those three.
Hmm.
But the only concern I have is against New Zealand in Dharmashala. And the
Hmm.
way Dharmashala ground is, I'm like, buddy, I don't want any injuries. You
Yeah, you're
lose
right.
if you want to lose the game, great. But the
Yeah.
way outfield is, I'm thinking there could be some injury which we don't want.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
that's what's scaring me a lot in the Dharamshala game more than New Zealand's swinging conditions and all.
Hmm. That's fine. So basically, I mean, the way it is, Dharamshala on 22nd, and then you've got what do you have?
29 against England.
Yes. So,
In
I
that
mean, even if we like, I mean, all right, we're going into a World Cup game, an international game, we cannot think about, all right, there could be an injury, let's not play him or him. So, I mean, obviously, you'll have to go with an optimistic and a clear mindset that, all right, you're going to go out and there and perform and win the game at the end of the day. So, I think, obviously, there will be like, it again boils down to who wins the toss. But victories against Australia and Pakistan, comprehensive victories in both the games, should definitely give India, that high that we all have been waiting for. And now the team should like cruise themselves through to the through to the semifinals now,
yes.
and see who comes in there. So, what do you think? Like I mean, now who's there? New Zealand, South Africa, and Pakistan still like just hanging in there for now. So what do you think? I mean, Praneeth, do you think any other teams taking the places for the top four? Australia are currently ninth in the table. Obviously, they will make a comeback. And what about the other two? I mean, India and New Zealand are looking straight through now. Still early days, but by the looks of things, What do you think? Who do you think could be the third and the fourth team?
You're not audible, Pranit.
One is England and other is South Africa.
Australia, you're ruling out Australia now.
Because see, here's the thing: Australia needs to win all 7 games. Then only they will make into the semi-finals. And 2 of those games are against England and New Zealand, which is going to be tough for them. Right. So,
And you never know. Even Pakistan may just come back and defeat them. You never know, because both these teams are have taken a huge beating. So, I mean, this is actually like like it's a defeat that can actually hamper your challenges to make it to the top four, basically, because it's not just one defeat. It's a defeat to your biggest rivals. It's a defeat in such a way that your whole batting order is exposed, right? So it is more of that 2021 defeat in UAE. I would never compare a T20 with a ODI, but I'm just trying to make an analogy out of it. It's that sort of a defeat that had derailed Indian campaign in Dubai for during the 2021 World Cup. Now it's sort of the same defeat that Pakistan have faced now. So I mean, what I would want personally is I would want the World Cup to be alive till the last league game, or at least a couple of league games to to be played, because if these teams just go on winning, and Australia, England, Pakistan, I mean Pakistan have just lost one game. Australia, if they keep losing, okay, if they lose against Pakistan or England or New Zealand or whatever, so I think the interest in the World Cup will be out pretty soon. So that is something that I'm really worried about, because I don't want that to happen. Because okay, India games can just be one sided. I've got no problems with that. But when it comes down to the other teams, I just want those teams to battle it really hard, and then go on and win those games. Whoever does the best.
yeah, exactly. You were
Yeah,
saying
I
that,
still
right?
don't
See,
rule out Australia yet. They can still make a comeback.
okay.
I mean, they have basically, okay. The only problem with them is I think their bowling is not delivering at the moment. Batting, yes, it did collapse, but even during the game, I mean, they had a good start against India, but then again, it was all too flat. Basically, I think there is a spin department that lacks, because I mean, again, the problem is on them, because they relied on their pacers to do the job, basically. So you cannot complain now right in the middle of the tournament that okay, they don't really have a good spinner.
But do you
So I
think
mean,
they would replace Travis Head with Tanveer Sangha, or maybe get in Nathan Lyon?
I don't think Nathan Lyon is gonna make his way back in the into the ODI team. It's Australia at the end of the day. I mean, I don't think they're gonna go to a. I mean, Nathan Lyon. When did Nathan Lyon play his last ODI, by the way?
Same as Ashwin. We thought he can't do anything right in ODIs.
Yeah. Look, I mean, again, the thing is, Javagal Srinath, who had left Team India and was going on and playing in the counties in 2003. So Saurav Ganguly, convinced him to make a comeback and got him into the team. So it can only happen in the subcontinent. It's very rare that you have seen, maybe one of maybe Ben Stokes giving a call to Moeen Ali or something like that. But again, Australia, I don't think they would prefer to go back to Nathan Lyon and ask him to come back and
Yeah.
play. Because they'll
But he
persist with.
did.
Yeah, I
But
think
he did talk to.
it's just the mindset, I guess. They will maybe they might give chance to Tanveer Sangha and go on and lose the game, but I don't think they would change their prophecy, basically. I mean, basically, sorry, their thought process, and
Thought
go
process,
backwards.
yeah.
Go backwards and bring somebody who's not been a regular feature in their ODI setup. So
But there was a contact made between the Aussie board and Nathan Lyon, actually.
really, okay, I'm not
Yeah,
aware of this.
Nathan Lyon, he was recovered from Ashes injury, and he talked to Andrew McDonald, who is the bowling coach, and he said, "Buddy, I'm available. If you want my services, I will be there." And he was like, "Yeah, we are not currently looking for anyone right now." So actually, I was thinking maybe if Ashton Agar, when he was injured, they could take in.
They've taken a
Nathan
call
Lyon.
instead of Sangha.
Yeah, but somehow I don't know. But they are persisting with Travis Head to get better. But at this time, you can't
But I
look
think,
into those things.
yeah, because look, I mean, even if if Travis Head is recovering now or has recovered, then you do have firepower up top, right? I mean, you have a Mitch Marsh and David Warner, who on their day can go on and score a game single-handedly. But again, where the problem lies, there you'll have to apply the fix. Uh, I mean,
I,
the
I
spin
mean, in the
department is
middle, in the middle order, the thing is Australia is way too one-dimensional. Smith and Labuschagne both play in the same way.
same way, yeah.
Maxwell is a hit and miss sort
Hit
of
and
a guy.
miss, true.
So, so you kind of need to
Mm-hmm.
accommodate Travis Head in that position so that there would be
I
some
get
sort
you.
of a respite for Australia.
Right. Shavnan, what do you think? I mean, what are the positives? Let's talk about Pakistan first. What are the positives you saw? I mean, Pakistan can take from this game.
Wait a minute, I'm just thinking. Actually, Imam Ulak played really well today. He just got a start and he didn't capitalize it. But
Yeah.
I do see that Imam Ulak played really well today. Batting his two failures in the first two games, and Abdullah Shafiq, he has the thing. He can make runs, and I
Hmm.
think the opening has been clicked
It looks
instead
like,
of going with Fakar
yeah,
Zaman.
it looks like I think Abdullah Shafiq has a bit more time, to himself.
Yes.
The way he caresses the ball, along the ground, and so there is an X factor about him when he plays those kind of shots, basically. And I think Babar, okay, he has scored a half century, the first in the game after two flops. So basically, they would definitely be looking for him to come big in the remaining fixtures. So that's
Yeah,
one
that's
more
where I'm
thing.
coming actually.
Oh,
With
sorry,
Babar
go
and
on, go on.
Rizwan, they too played really slow, I think, because the pitch is very placid and you can have your value for shots. They never tried it because
And
they
also,
really gave it to the spinners actually.
yeah,
They went into a shell like, okay, we can't play Kuldeep, we can't go and target Kuldeep, we can just
True.
play him out. And when Jadeja came in, he's just quickly finishing the overs, and there was no time to
Yeah.
think for them. I think they were too much of lethargic in their approach in batting. They could have even capitalized it, and maybe they could collapse the plans of Rohit Sharma. And he could
Hmm.
have brought in Bumrah way earlier than he thought. And yeah, something they could have triggered, but given the wicket is really playing well, they could have capitalized that. It's not like a Chennai wicket or some any low score. Even Afghanistan played really well against us. They scored
Yeah.
273. We
right, right,
didn't.
That's
yeah.
We didn't
that's
bowl
what
out them.
that's what the point somebody was trying to make during the I think I heard in one of the shows, basically, because Afghanistan went on to score 272 against Indian attack. So is Pakistani batting lineup much worse than Afghanistan batting lineup? So I mean, that was a analogy somebody was trying to, a comparison that somebody was trying to draw, basically. But again, I mean, things like these do happen. I mean, okay, had it been a green top or had it been a square turner or anything of that sort, a collapse of this nature would have been acceptable. All right, it can happen. But then again, on a placid track wherein the opposition captain has invited you to bat first. I mean, I saw Shoaib Akhtar uploading a video wherein he said it's I mean, that's a bad decision by Rohit to give Pakistan
Yeah, you are
a
saying in a
chance.
diplomatic way, like the way Shoaib Akhtar says he could have said something in a harsh way, but you are
Yeah, I
saying that
mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, okay. I mean, the point okay. There was another tweet, basically. I mean, he said with force there is a silence in the ground. That was one thing that he said, and then he did say that it was a bad decision by Rohit to give Pakistan a chance. I mean, it's a placid track, go on and score 300 plus and this and that. So I mean, obviously he did send across another video wherein he expressed his disappointment with the team getting out and stuff. So I mean, it was a brilliant bowling performance, to say the least. I mean, they were up on not from the outset. Basically, Pakistan did have a decent start, I would say, uh, with both the openers getting into that group. The problem with Pakistan was all the top four, they got starts, but
Yes.
nobody went on to capitalize that and score a big one. So that was their
yeah,
biggest problem, because once you had that, because if you are trying to set a target of about 300, then you would expect at least two big partnerships. Babar and Rizwan did provide one, but not considering the modern standards of cricket, in wherein you would try and capitalize those overs in between, and be a bit consistent in terms of your scoring, whether you're taking a chance of maybe the first two balls of the over, or going for a shot or something like that, going for a big shot perhaps. That never happened actually. Whenever there was a loose ball, that was put away fine. But there was a spell of 4 to 5 overs wherein no boundary was hit actually. I mean, between 25th and 30th over, I guess, or 25th and 29th over. So that had actually started to, like, put some pressure on both of them. This is something that I saw. And then again, trying to run that ball down to third man. And Siraj was actually bowling a very good length to Babar. I mean, Rizwan took away for some runs, but to Babar, like, he had to basically, like, just keeping it a little back of a length sort of a thing. And yeah, eventually, he got those dividends and triggered that collapse basically. So where do India go from here?
I mean, see, the only change they have to do is they have to, take that brave call of, uh, letting go of the batting depth, right? See, if the top four batters, that too in Indian conditions, don't deliver, you can't come down to number 8 in Shardul Thakur and expect that he has to bail us out. That shouldn't be the mindset. Rather, go in with either Ashwin or Shami in that role, depending on the conditions. So that's the only change I would do.
I mean, I would totally agree with that because, see, again, if you are talking about somebody like a Hardik and a Jadeja in Indian conditions, I mean, Jadeja has decent records, when it comes down to batting in Indian conditions with 3 triple hundreds. You have somebody like a Hardik who's leading one of the major IPL franchisees, right? Regardless of what format of the game we are playing. So you would back these players to score runs in Indian conditions, right? I mean, though they have delivered everywhere, but then again, in your home conditions, like you'll have to perform, right? Not in every game base, maybe, but when the team needs, then obviously you'll have to put your hands up and deliver. So you're talking about 7, potentially 5 top batsmen and then 2 all-rounders, right? In the shape of Jadeja and Hardik Pandya. I think that should be it as far as batting
That
is
should be
concerned.
enough, yeah.
Yeah. So just add, right? Today Shami could have played. Maybe when Siraj was going for runs, maybe
Right.
you could have had, like, changed with Shami and got him into ball in place of Hardik. So I mean, those kind of things. Maybe, I mean, this will be the time against lesser ranked oppositions like Netherlands and maybe a game against Sri Lanka for that matter. I don't want to count them as lesser ranks as yet because obviously, on a given day. But just considering the circumstances Sri Lankan cricket is going through, basically. So I would like to see if that combination works because we won't have to make those mistakes in the games against England, New Zealand, South Africa, maybe, and then in the knockout
See,
stage in the semi-final, wherein a bad game for Shardul cost us the game. So we don't want that to happen, basically.
yeah, so here's the thing. Pakistan today, Shardul bowled 2 overs, he went for 12 runs. Imagine if it was a South African side or an England side for that matter, and Shardul is bowling in the middle overs and you have Markram and Klaasen playing.
Man, I can only pray at
Even
that time.
today, if Pakistan
Actually,
made some conservative approach, Shardul Thakur has to bowl in the death.
I put the message in the group when Babar drove that ball through the covers against Shardul. I mean,
He go
when
for
I saw
86.
that cover drive, I was like, man, this guy is in form today. And if Shardul keeps bowling those balls, and Babar will take him to the cleaners. But yeah, it was a good move by Rohit once again to keep Shardul out of the attack after that, and then
Right, yeah.
eventually got
Yeah,
the
I
other player.
thought
I mean,
today Ashwin was more suited, even than Shami. Ashwin could have done something. He
Yeah,
could
but
have given that much needed control and breakthroughs.
there's a a friend of mine who has a channel, and then he's got decent amount of viewership basically. So he's quite consistent. So he actually called me for 7-8 minutes to do. And normally he does a preview and stuff. So so I actually told him, like, Junaid, what is something that what is that something you think could be that Team India will start with? I said there's only one change. Shardul Ashwin in place of Shardul. That's what I said, and the reason behind that was because there are left-handers in the Pakistan lineup, and then for Pakistan, I did predict that they will go with the same lineup because that's what they have been playing for since, I don't know, 1947 maybe. So
It's ages.
yeah, I mean, that's exactly how they have been actually. Like, I mean,
yeah.
since most of the I mean, actually he's gone with the same playing 11 more often than not. So I think there's a lot to take from as far as India is concerned. Rohit again hitting those runs, and then a good half century for Shreyas. That will definitely bolster his confidence, because getting in a very crucial game, and then being remaining not out and seeing the game through. Plus, obviously Gill. That was the biggest you know X factor that India has got back after, like, missing out on a couple of games. So yeah, I mean, it's looking all great at the moment. I mean, it's all about just keeping the momentum going, not missing out on anything. Keep that intensity and stuff. So I think uh, the next 4 or 5 weeks will be good time for Indian fans. Is there anything more that you guys would like to discuss before we wrap it up and circle back again in a couple of days' time? Because it's
Uh,
been one brilliant performance. Yeah, go on, Praneeth.
do you think Ishan Kishan would be having a game somewhere here and there?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Because today
Honestly,
he
the
left
reason
out in a
why,
very harsh manner.
yeah,
Mhm.
the reason because okay, KL Rahul, I mean, he's a certainty. So they're not gonna, until and unless it's a forced change, change or something. God forbid it doesn't happen. But
Right.
it's just that he's keeping. So there's no way he's gonna be left out. Okay, and then he's suited to that position way too beautifully now. I mean, you cannot tinker with KL Rahul's position at five, because. Okay, there's always one thing with Rahul, if you guys have noticed over the years, when he's playing right at the top, okay, when he's opening the batting for India, if the ball swings, he could struggle a bit. But then when the ball is a bit old, when he's batting in the middle overs, he's going to be completely a different animal altogether, because he has those, I mean, those effortless sixes that he hits, that is
Mhm.
something to watch out for. So, I mean, it's going to be, I mean, both of them are completely different. Ishant can, tong the ball from, ball one onwards. So, and then again, who would you compromise up top? Would you rather want to change Gill and Rohit, or would you want
No,
to draft
no.
in somebody like a Ishan Kishan at five? Ishan Kishan, I mean, Rahul has taken that position with both hands. So I think the management will keep him until and unless there is a forced change or something like that.
Mhm.
And as I think, as far as this is concerned, I mean, had Siraj gone for runs, like and not picked up those wickets, okay, then I think they would have thought about making a brave call in giving Shami a game, and maybe
Mhm.
resting out a Siraj to sort his mind out for a game or two, maybe against lesser ranked opponents, and then getting him back again. So this is what I thought, but I think he has done decent enough, because he went for 12 or something in the first over, and then from there on he conceded 50 runs in 8 overs. So, and then picked up two crucial wickets, one wicket right at top, and then to dismiss Babar was So yeah, and then I mean, except those boundary balls, he did ball decent enough. So I don't think any changes. Maybe it's going to be a toss up between Ashwin, Shardul, and Shami. Okay, so these guys may get a game here and there, but the rest 10, I don't see them. Any of them resting out for any other games until unless it's an injury to somebody, or something happens.
No, like think about South Africa game. Like you
Hmm.
have players like Marco Jansen, Rabada, and Ngidi who can bowl a good short balls. Do
Hmm.
you think Shreyas Iyer can get through that to cash it in the spinners, cash it in the overs of spinners? So that's what I was trying to think. Like maybe in those games where you feel that the threat of bouncing deliveries would be
Hmm.
there for Shreyas Iyer, would you draft in Ishan Kishan instead of him?
Well,
No, maybe I think
uh,
they will go for Surya Kumar Yadav. He can play well. The short deliveries, even he can. Because the game is at Kolkata against South Africa, I think, given the dimensions of the ground, I think Surya Kumar Yadav will be a best suited. Because what I think management is looking like, Ishan Kishan as a backup opener now. They didn't consider him as a middle order
Hmm.
batter now. They're
mm,
just looking at a, yeah, backup opener. So if uh, yeah, if there is anything happen to the openers, they can draft in Ishan Kishan, unless until I think Shreyas and KL Rahul will be our number four and number five.
Great.
right, guys, I think we can wrap it up now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So thank you so much for watching, and we will circle back again on in a couple of days' time. So thank you and good night. And to all the Indian fans, enjoy the night. It's just the beginning of what's going to be a very fantastic tournament. Thank you.
Thank you.